Tre, what have you been told about the Nebraska-Iowa series?
I've heard a little trash talk. I was talking to Giff about it. He was like, it's not much of a series. He tries not to acknowledge it, but, I know it's a good little Thanksgiving week kind of game, and, there's a lot of emotions into it. So, I'm excited to be a part of it.
Were you aware that Shenander played for Iowa?
He told me that 3 years ago. He told me that he played for it. Back then I was just like, whatever, he plays for Iowa. But, now it's kind of a little kind of a bitterness towards it. He's like, I play for Nebraska, but, deep down, you love your alma mater. So, it'll be different for him. I'm excited to see how he reacts just going back over there and coaching.
Any early impressions you have of their tight ends?
Oh, yeah, they have some really good tight ends. Definitely NFL guys. A lot of the hypes on 87 Font, however you pronounce it. He's from here, so, he's going to be ready to play this game. And, number 38, he's a good tight end too. So we've been focusing on them. They're trying to get the ball to those guys a lot and just let them use their big bodies and make plays. So, they're really good players.
Is it a different challenge when you've got guys that are good at pass-catching tight ends against receivers just formationally, or how do you approach defending guys like that?
We kind of approach them the same. We know that they might be a little bit more skilled than some other guys we played. A lot of those guys are glorified wide receivers. They're kind of guys that kind of outgrew the wide receiver position. They're 6'5", but they're kind of 240, 250. So, they might not be receivers by what they look like, but, their skill set is of a really good receiver who can also block.
Hey, Tre, I know you told us when you first got here you were wanting to be a dentist, but are you interested in coaching too?
Yeah.
You mentioned that at one point.
Yeah, I'm glad to be in a position where I have a lot of different options. That's one of those things where after the season, I'm going to have to sit down, kind of let my body recover a little bit and just kind of feel out what's the best for me and what's the best decision I need to make for myself going forward. So, I have a lot of options and I'm thankful for it, so I'll figure it out once the season's over.
What appeals to you about coaching?
Just kind of staying around the game, just being able to be around it every day and, helping guys get better. I like seeing that. Just me personally, I like working with guys, including myself. I like grinding and kind of, getting better overall each and every day. And just, if when it all comes over one day, if I'm able to coach, that'd be something I'd be interested in doing too, just being able to help other guys develop and just use the knowledge I have doing it, being in the position they are in, and just helping them for their future also.
Has your role on this team this year enhanced that sort of mindset?
I came in here knowing that, I had the young guys and even older guys, there's new system for them. So I knew that they would lean on me a lot, as far as asking stuff. So, that kind of stuff just, I've always wanted to help. I'm a team first guy, all I care about is winning. And if me helping these guys just learn one new thing every week, then, we're getting better. And that's the ultimate goal at the end of the day.
Tre, what would a win mean against Iowa for this program? Since obviously there's not a whole lot out there, but what would it mean?
It's big just because, we'll close out, this season and this second half, with 5 wins of 6, and we really think we should have won all 6. So, I think just the momentum from it, will kind of catapult us into the next year, into the spring, and, these guys would know, how good we could have been this year and how good and the potential that we have, and, just to build off of it. So, kind of gets that motivation going into the spring and into the summer and then into the next season.
I know you guys were focused on trying to get this one this week, but you got 3 senior safeties. You've seen the younger guys in practice, and a couple of them are covered from injury. What do you make of where the position goes after you and Antonio and Aaron and Lee and some of those guys?
We tell them all the time that, they got to be ready even this year. When it's time for them to come in, they got to be just as good or even better than us. And, a lot of the times they are. And, that's the kind of glimpses you want to see from them. So, I have high expectations for these guys. Specifically, I talked to Deontay a lot. I told him, it's next year for me personally, just working with him and seeing the growth he has. I think it's All-American or bust for him. And, he thinks that, that's not a big task for him, just because he has that kind of ability. But, if he puts it all together, like, I can see it in him, he has that kind of potential and talent.
Where do you see that in his game?
Of course, you guys see it on Saturdays and, the plays that he makes when in the little time he gets in. But, I see it a lot in practice. He's a big-time guy. He makes big plays and all throughout practice. And, just being his first year, he messes up a little bit. Everybody does. But, I know that next year, I know that the growth from year 1 to year 2 and just how great he's played in such limited action now, I know what's going to happen next year when he gets, a lot of snaps. And, he's a lot more comfortable in the system. That's why I think, it's All-American or bust for him. I've told him that.
Tre, did you watch UCF Saturday night?
Yeah, they look good, especially, having college game day there. I know those guys were excited. It was their senior day, so, I text them, enjoy it. It's the last time down there playing in front of those fans, so. They played really good, on both sides of the ball, and, it looked like they were having fun. So, that's the best thing is as long as those guys are having fun doing it, that's all I wish for them is just to have fun, playing football.
Do you ever second-guess that decision? I mean, you could have been.
No, I don't have any regrets. God led me here for a reason, and that's one of those things where when you're trying to look at it in the way that I could have been at, a 9-0 team, or when I don't have to be here, I felt like God led me here. I've embraced that, and just being able to come here is a blessing in itself, and that's why I just want to kind of leave my mark as just helping guys and building for the program for the future.